If you are tired of out of control backswings, out of control golf shots, what I'm going to show you today is going to help you hit better strikes with your irons and straighter shots with your driver too. I'm going to show you some simple reasons why you struggle with overswinging, why it might cause problems, and why you're not striking the ball as good as you should. Remember to like today's video if it helps. Hit in the comments down below. I want to know, what shape shot are you hitting with your driver at the moment? Are you drawing it straight or sliced? Let me know in those comments. Let's fix this backswing. So point number one you need to consider when it comes to backswing is if your backswing is certain lengths, so if it's long, medium or short, that doesn't mean indefinitely that that's the problem with your golf swing. So that's the key point with everything we talk about today. Don't just think an overswing is bad. You can see good players with overswings and average players with no overswing. So it's not relevant to how far you go back. But there are some issues that we do see with longer swings, which I'm going to highlight today, which you could take out of your swing. And if it makes you hit the ball better, let me know in the comments down below. So number one point, and this ticks so many boxes for so many golfers, is pelvis hip stability in the backswing. Now, with the help of my OptiMotion, let's show you exactly what that means. So swing on the left, this is a medium iron. You can see it's shorter. Swing on the right, this is longer. What we see is shoulder turn is 86 degrees with the shorter, up to 94 with the longer swing. Shoulder tilt 32 degrees where it's 36 with the more controlled swing, and then hip sway. So my hips have swayed away from the target 4 inches, where with the better swing here on the left, my hips are actually 1.2 inches towards target. So what OptiMotion clearly shows is if the more stability we have in our pelvis, our hips, so how far they turn, tilt, how far they sway or not, and what direction they sway, will definitely control how far back the club is going for you. So the greatest way to gain stability in your backswing is through your pelvis and your hips. So number one point, what we see from my overswung swing is that I was very much swaying over to the right. So if you want to get control of sway, you need to think of these two things. Number one, you need a good width for starts. Good width for starts is going to give you some stability to be able to get some breaks going through your feet to stop your body just swaying across. So for me, with my mid iron here, I've got the gap between my 2 feet around the width of my pelvis. So I'm marrying my width of stance up to my pelvis to give me stability. This is going to give me loads. This is going to give me not much and allow me to move around freely. So having that for lots of golfers, what will feel a slightly wider stance and creating that triangle is a great starting point. Now the key to not swaying is to actually add a braking mechanism, and that's going to be your right foot. So my trail foot for me, my right foot, I'm going to start my backswing. So as I pull this club back, I'm actually going to begin to brake with this foot to make sure that gets sent up to the hip to stop it from swaying across. And the way I'm going to do that is as I turn on the way back and start that backswing, I'm going to try and screw this foot this way into the ground and feel my spikes, my soft spikes on the bottom here, grabbing that mat and the mat pushing back at me, and it creates lovely resistance in trail hip. So really feel that you're turning this foot, this knee, this way down and into the ground as hard as you can. That will slam on the brakes, giving you great resistance on the way back. That pelvis stability through less sway, it's going to make that backswing considerably more compact. That will feel hard, difficult, bit weird at the start, but I promise you, everyone I do this with, it absolutely transforms their pelvis movement into, rather than thinking about their pelvis, and now it's turning and swaying, it actually turns them into a more feeling, tactile feel through the ground that just triggers the better movement. The next movement was shoulder tilt, meaning at the top of the backswing, your shoulders coming up, tilting down. So if we look down the line, what happens to your tilt? Now, if I take my tilts out, so as I turn, I then stand this shoulder up, this one goes down and rotate, I can swing back kind of as far as I want. Even less flexible golfers, you see them being able to just get the club back to wherever they want. Where if you keep your tilts in, so feeling like lead shoulder goes down on that backswing as you grip with that right foot, what you tend to find then is they get this kind of coiled up, stuck position. So their body only gets to where it can get to. It's tighter, it's brakes applying all over the place to allow them to spring back that way. And this is super easy, and you can do it with the feeling of the trail foot as well. So you can get the shoulder and the right foot, for me, to actually work together to get this coil and get control of this overswing. And the way I'm going to do that is, as I start my backswing, I'm going to feel my trail foot screwing in the ground this way, clockwise in the ground. But at the same time, I'm going to then try and turn my shoulder into that resistant foot, meaning as I get to the top of my backswing, this shoulder is basically pointing and turned down into that trail foot. So for instance, if I grab with this foot, but then stand up with this shoulder, I can go long. I can't see that foot at all. Like, this is an exaggeration, but this is covering my trail foot completely. Where I want to feel like I go to the top of my backswing, coiling with the trail foot, but that lead shoulder getting under my chin, under the ball, and into that right foot. And this is where we start seeing those proper coiling movements that allow for those purer strikes every time. Remember, overswing isn't an issue. Juniors do it, they're flexible. Overswing on its own isn't an issue, but shoulder tilts can cause issues. Creating poor club pass, poor strikes. Hip sways can cause issues. The overswing is the product of, that is the receipt, that is the end of the shopping list of all your movements coming out. So where often you're looking at the outcome, these ideas are dealing with the root cause. And the more you coil, the better you get at getting that backswing into a position where your body has these brakes on, the further and straighter you're going to hit driver and irons. Now, if you want to find out how far you should be hitting your driver, for instance, this video is going to give you all the information you need for your handicap, age and ability.